Alright, welcome back to another video, guys. We've got a bit of a different modification for you guys today. We're going to be installing a solar panel on the hood of this vehicle here.
Good thing about this is it's actually going to get a bit of a wash in one spot at the moment.
Here's the solar panel here. It is a 100 watt solar panel made by we got Lensun Solar. Lensun Solar. So we're going to see how that goes. Hopefully we don't break it.
I don't think we'll break it. I think that the vehicle may just fall apart after it's had a little bit of a wash on the bottom, but we might actually get stuck into it.
Alright, first thing we're going to do, we got to wash the hood. So let's do that right now. Alright, so we just finished cleaning the hood, so we're going to pull it into the shed.
And it hasn't fallen apart after the wash. Must be a Land Cruiser.
Anyway, we're going to pull it into the shed and we're going to put the wrap decal down. So it's like a vinyl decal that goes on first, and then we stick the solar panel to that. Alright, so now that we got it in, what we're going to do is we're going to remove the vinyl protector cover so we can access the hood a bit better without putting ourselves on it. And then we're going to use some methylated spirits on the hood, just clean it up a little bit better, and then we're going to start the install. How's pressure washing the hood going to go once this is on?
Yeah, I wouldn't be doing that.
Alright, so we just set the solar panel on the hood and made some marks with some pencil where we're going to put it. So now we've got the decal lying out on the floor, stretching out because it was rolled up in transport. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put a whole soapy water down, put the decal on, move it around to its right spot, remove all that soapy water, it will stick to the hood, and then we can put the solar panel on. That's what we're going to do now.
Take your fingers upon.
Not all of it off.
Why not?
Just so we can...
I'll be letting go of later, I think. Let's go to you.
A what?
Yeah, I'll take it because I can't release it, so.
That touched.
Shit, I can't see the sideline. Can you see the sideline?
Yeah, come in a bit. Good. Alright, it's sitting on.
Oh, it does move.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
Quite a bit.
Don't wipe it yet. Just get the paper. That's
It's just taking all the pencil mark off. Oh no, I can see this back one now.
so we got the what is it? It's a kind of like a wrap. They call it a vinyl decal stuck down. So we use olive for soapy water, as you saw, and then we stuck it down. Now it's the instructions said it came with a squeegee, but we couldn't find any in any of the things, so we had to get creative because we only opened that one up today. So we got a gift card here with some tape. So that's what we used, and now we're just using a rag to smooth it off. It's actually come up way better than I expected it to. But Next step, solar panel. Alrighty guys, so we got that film stuck down to the hood. It's a couple of days later, if you can't tell. So what we were going to do is we were going to glue it down. We were going to glue it down with this stuff here. This was Sikaflex 11 FC. We were going to use that, but then we did a little bit more research and we decided we didn't want to use this stuff. We are now going to use Sikaflex 221, which is a heavier duty. I think it's like a more heavier duty version of that. So that's hopefully going to work better for us. Now we're not using tape, we are going to use Sikaflex to stick it down. But in those couple of days, while we're trying to get hold of some of this stuff, we decided to stick the panel on the hood and put some bags on it so that it can hopefully mould the hood a bit better. And when it comes to sticking down, it's going to hopefully be a bit easier. So now we pretty much just get to work sticking it down.
Hey?
The bags, they can get a bit of dog food.
That happens. Maybe the rat's got into it.
Just a little bit of hay. Anyway, that. Okay, so that obviously didn't mould as much as we would like it to, but
Didn't mould at all.
no more. So we'll show you what that looks like here now. So we got the panel getting stuck down there, and we've also, that's what we did the other day. So I'll give you a bit of a closer look at that. So what we're going to do is we are going to use the permanent marker and we're going to draw out roughly where we're going to put the beads, and then we're going to run the beads Sikaflex around and then flip, and hopefully that all works without any mess, which is unusual when you're working with silicone. So we'll give you a bit of a better look at this. So what we're doing is we are doing 2 all the way around the edge, and then we're going to do a 3rd one along here just to hold that front down a bit better. So along here, so we've got 1 there, 1 there, they're going to go all the way around the outside. And we're going to do a 3rd one here, but just straight across the middle here. That's hopefully going to hold down the front a bit better. And then we're just going to progressively move probably about 4 or 5 or possibly 6 along there going horizontal, so hopefully stays down. Alrighty guys, so we're now just finalising the marks for where we're going to put them. So what we've done is we've ended up with 7 lines across here. We might only have enough to do 6, so we have just got a thin 3rd one down here. We've run them 100 mil apart, so there's 100 mil, 100 mil all the way up except for the 7th one, which is kind of halfway in between the 2. If we don't have enough silicone, we won't do that one, but we'll try and hit all the rest. So we'll see how that goes. Now, just a quick tip for you guys, I haven't mentioned this earlier, when you do this install, make sure it's in the right temperature range. So it says we can't do it, or it suggests we don't fit the solar panel if it's under 18 degrees. Well, it's well over 18 degrees today, so we're pretty good to do that. But just remember, if you're installing this, don't do it under 18 degrees. Other than that, let's get gluing. Alrighty guys, so we just finished up doing that, putting the Sikaflex on the back of the solar panel, and what I did is I got some scotch tape, I think it is. Anyway, it's stuff you use for painting. I just put that around the side as a precaution. It does sit in, you can see where the black ends, it does sit in, the panel sits in from the black, so we shouldn't have had a problem, but just in case, we don't get any of that Sikaflex on the paintwork because it doesn't like to come off stuff. So, now let's put it on. Alright, so we've just set that on. The other camera I was using has stopped working. The SD card's filled right up, so now looking at it from my phone, but we've just stuck that down. The edges are starting to want to come up because it's not the right, it's not the right shape. That'll happen over time, but now what we're going to do is just going to weigh it down all the corners, make sure it gets as close as possible, and then leave it to dry. Alrighty guys, so it is the next morning. What we did last night, we stuck it down and we put a whole heap of these concrete bags on there. The edges didn't really want to come down though, so we probably put a bit too much Sikaflex down. But we're now just going to roll the car back a little bit and have a look and see what the edges are like and then finish it up. So I'll see how that looks. Alright, so we've just gotten those bags off. Now, it was a bit of a pain to get on, trying to push the edges down. It's really hard. You can see there's some gaps where it varies along here a little bit. The front is nice and close in the middle, but then the sides are up a little bit. So, what we're going to do is we're going to run a bead of Sikaflex around the side here, hopefully just even it up, smooth it out, make sure no wind can catch it, but I don't think that's going anywhere, and it's a lot better than what it looks a lot better than what I thought it would when we first started sticking it down. I didn't think we were going to get it down that low, but if anyone else was to do this, I'd probably recommend you use thinner beads or use the tape. So the company suggested we can use 3M tape or Sikaflex. We decided to use Sikaflex, but you might be better off doing tape. Alright, so now it's time to start the bead around the edge.
I'm not a plumber.
Alright, so we got that stuck down now, so what we're going to do is we're going to start peeling off the tape, and then once it's dry, that'll all be stuck down. We'll then get into putting the solar controller on and wiring it all up. Alrighty guys, so it's been a couple of weeks since we did the last video on this. We got the Sikaflex done around the outside and it's turned out really well. It looks nice and slimline. You don't really notice the inconsistencies with how we installed it. I'm actually pretty happy, and absolutely no worries with regards to it staying down there. It is stuck down. Now, since the last video, we went to straight away do all the cabling and wiring up, and we got to the controller, and this is the controller that originally came with the kit. And when it came, I opened up the box and had a look at it all, and this one was damaged. It's the wires shredded around there, the solar input wires shredded where it goes into the controller. And I emailed the company, and they were very good, really easy to deal with. Sent them some images, and they sent me a brand new one, which super quickly. I was really happy. Went straight away to do the install after that last video, and looked at the controller, and the same cable and also a couple of the others had pulled away from the silicon stuff they use in the bottom there to waterproof it. And so I contacted the company again, and they pretty much said there's a problem with the manufacturing of these and they're looking into fixing it. Just run some silicon or some Sikaflex or something to seal it up for the moment. and when they fixed the problem with the manufacturing of these, they're going to send me out a new one. Again, really easy to deal with, so I just got to wait a little bit longer. So since then, I've run the wires, just did a quick install, run the wires around the side here. When I get the new controller and install that one, I'm going to rewind them so it's in a better spot. Depending on which car you got is where you're going to run them. But it's been really, really good. A couple of notable things though with regards to this panel is it collects dust like an absolute ripper. Dust just sticks to it, and so you're constantly having to wash it so you can actually get some light through because it's textured like that. Also, they say on their website when you go to buy one of these, down in some features, they say it covers up the hood so you don't get any light reflecting off the hood and back into your eyes. I would only say it works by reducing light by about 10%. I still get a bit of reflection off it. I've never had too many problems with this hood anyway. I don't mind it at all, but it doesn't really do that. You still get reflections of light. I was driving in one morning with it and the light was just beaming straight off it, straight in my eyes. Just wear some sunglasses. I always do anyway when I drive. So it's not a problem for me, but just notable fact, it doesn't really restrict the light bouncing off the hood. But other than that, it's been really good. It's been charging around 60 watts on a day like that. At the moment it's charging about 25. I don't know why that is. It's a really, really bright day, as you can see. Normally though, it charges around 60 watts on a day like today, so I don't know what the difference is there, but I'll keep you guys updated if there's any changes or any problems with regards to this setup. But at the moment I'm pretty happy with it. I'm going to have a full roof rack of gear and no space is taken up by solar, and it's been keeping my battery nice and topped up when I run my fridge. So, but apart from that, until next time, enjoy.